He's in serious talks with Howard Stern to run for president, and Howard is VP to raise the money because Ventura hates going around to the fundraisers and promising to do stuff. He absolutely hates it.
This is kind of news. Jesse Ventura asked me to be his vice presidential running mate, which is probably the most absurd thing I've ever heard. But yeah, well, it seems to be catching on somewhat.
People thought it was absurd when he wanted to run for governor.
I know. MSNBC, here you go.
Former Minnesota Governor and professional wrestler Jesse Ventura is floating the idea that he might run for president in 2016. And he mentioned radio host Howard Stern as a possible running mate for an independent ticket.
She sounds weirded out by it, right?
Right. Yeah, she's like, is this a real story?
Yeah, like she seems to be questioning the whole thing. Here's CNN. They actually kind of debated whether or not I'd be good for the ticket.
Oh.
If the Obama and Romney campaigns aren't exciting enough for you, too mainstream, maybe a little too boring, we've got the ticket for you. How about the wrestler turned governor and his running mate, the self-proclaimed king of all media?
Howard, you know what? If I run for president, now you're doing this TV show now.
Right, America's Got Talent.
Yeah, and you're making boatloads of money. How about if you run with me?
You want me to be your VP?
Maybe.
Let me think about it.
All right.
Share this video with a friend.
I want to get his take on, will he run for president? Would he go VP under Rand, or would he want to run as the top of the ticket? I'm going to throw out some wild cards here. Would you run on a ticket with somebody like Rand Paul?
I don't know him well enough. I know his father. I've never met Rand. I know his father, Ron, and, but would I run on a ticket with him? I don't know. I haven't thought of it. I'll find out a lot more on Wednesday when I hit New York with Howard Stern to see if it's Ventura and Stern.
Oh, so there's talk about you running for office with Howard Stern.
Well, I've made that statement. If I did run, I would want Howard as my running mate.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before. That would be wild.
It's not, but it's not a joke. It's for real if I do it.
Oh, I know he's popular on the East Coast. He's very popular all over.
Not just that isn't the reason either. Howard has the most powerful radio show in America, and he wouldn't have to come off the air.
It is powerful. I've been on it and experienced it. It is big.
Well, here's the deal. See, when I ran for governor of Minnesota, I was doing talk radio on Minnesota. I had to lose my job. I had to be suspended without pay and taken off the air because of FCC regulations.
That's right. Violates your First Amendment. And he was dropping bombshells on me during the break about Howard Stern. They're serious about running for president. We're going to talk about this in just a moment. You'll find out more coming up next Wednesday when he goes on Howard's show. And it's wrong to do things to people like this to try to destroy you so you can't run for president. Now, shifting gears in the 2 minutes we've got left, tell me about the Howard Stern situation.
Well, Howard and I floated it by him, and he had some interest in it and from the time we were there, and we kind of got Howard twinkle in his eye, and he said it might, this and that, and I'll be out there on Wednesday. And so Wednesday I'm going to point blank him and say, Howard, I can't do it without you because there's certain things I need from Howard to make this successful, and one of the things is I despise raising the money, the bribing of the officials and all that. And if I had someone like Howard, how much money could Howard raise with his radio show? And I don't even want to know about it.
And it's not FCC regulated.
Well, and it certainly wouldn't be packing special interest money. You just make an appeal to everyday citizens. Well, that's what it's supposed to be in the first place.
He could probably raise $100 million, and then it wouldn't be beholden to be individual donations. And XM Sirius is not under FCC regulations, so he could keep his show while he ran for office.
Absolutely. There's always a method to my madness. You know, there's a reason I choose to do things like I do, and I usually think them out pretty well. And, you know, and believe me, Howard's a very intelligent man, and, you know, people know him as the shock jock, but there's other sides to Howard Stern.